Hello everyone, Gumchum here. Welcome to This Week in Gaming, where I like to discuss some of the events that happened in the past week or maybe the couple weeks that I thought were worth talking about and give you some of my thoughts on them. Starting off, the Xbox One, the 2013 Xbox One was recently hacked. This hack was done by a guy called Marcus, and he calls it the Bliss hack. And if you own one of the original Xbox Ones and you were rejoicing, thinking you would also hack and back up your games, not so fast, I guess, because it is not an easy hack. It's not like you could just plug it into your PC and unlock all of its capabilities. Apparently, it is a hack that is done below the software layer at the silicon level, and it does require some specialized hardware equipment. But that being said, yeah, the floodgates are now open, and this does mark a step in the correct direction for game preservation. Moving on, Cybo Games, the developers of Subway Surfers, released their newest game, Subway Surfers City. The new game features the same core gameplay but with a lot of refreshed mechanics like bouncing, bouncing, and money hidden under tracks, and even the ability to choose between paths. Although, in the little time that I played, I did not get the choice to go between different routes. I think there might be some meta progression involved in that. But anyway, the game features a revamped cool kids art style. I mean, look at Jake. Has he ever seemed cooler? This 14-year-old thinks, look at this guy, he thinks he's above the law. Apart from the art style, which I actually really liked, there is also a revamped battle pass, a revamped microtransaction system, and a revamped shop. Do you remember when we used to change the date and time to unlock special characters? I miss that. Anyway, moving on, Google is going to try to challenge Steam on the PC playground. So, if you don't know, Google Play Games has been available on PC for I think a year, more than a year, but it has been quite limited, and Google has been sort of mum about the whole ordeal. There hasn't been a lot of advertising from Google's end on it. Uh, Essentially, Google Play Games for PC lets you download a proprietary software from Google, which is essentially an emulator, and you can play whatever mobile games you play on your phone on your PC. I'm not sure if this is on Mac yet. I think it is just for Windows right now. The recent move that Google is doing is, up until now, only free games were available to be played on PC. But going forward, paid games is going to get opened up. So let's say you buy a game, let's say you buy Balatro on mobile on the Google Play Store, and you play it on your phone, and then I assume it will save the progress and you can just pick up and continue from your PC. That would be good. But this buy once pay policy comes with some guardrails. Essentially, any games that you purchased beforehand don't really count, so you might need to purchase them again for PC. And also, the developers have to opt in to make their apps available as buy once, play anywhere. So that's that. We'll see how that goes. Next up, we have some news on Forza Horizon 6. So, if you are a fan of the Horizon franchise, you are probably psyched about going to Japan. I am kind of psyched about going to Japan, but that being said, I haven't even played Horizon 5 yet. I'll probably get 5 when they're delisting it and they sell it for like 95% off or something. But yeah, recently Playground Games, the developer for the Horizon franchise, released the minimum requirements for Forza Horizon 6 or Horizon Japan. And it is surprisingly good. A machine with an i5 8 Gen and a GTX 1650 can run it on 1080p 60 FPS at low settings, which is actually good. There are a lot of people that can now access this game. And I'm glad to see that the Horizon series is staying separated from how the motorsport lineup ended up. and hope to see the devs address some of the concerns that were raised with Forza 5, namely that the game gave away cars too quickly, so that there wasn't much to strive and progress for in Horizon 5. And I'm really standing with Playground Games on this one because by optimizing the game really well, what they're communicating is that you don't need a good PC to win races, you just need to be a good driver. Moving on to Nvidia news. Well, Nvidia always seems to have a place in the spotlight. And recently, I think a week ago, a couple weeks ago, they had a keynote event where they announced a few different models and also announced, for our purposes, DLSS 5. Now, supposedly, DLSS 5 will give devs the ability to add a level of photorealism over their game, but it was not really well received by the fans. uh, People were calling it a slopification filter, and then Nvidia came out a day after that or a couple days after their keynote event saying that the devs would essentially have a lot of control over how much slopification happened, I guess. And then a few days after that, like as time unfold. Anyway, a few days after that, other devs came up, spoke up, saying that, oh, actually, this tech only gives us the ability to control how much of an influence the tech itself has rather than giving us the complete ability to tell the tech how to make things look. And it does not work on a geometry level, which is one of the claims that they initially made. Anyway, it is a surprise because DLSS 4.5 was received very well by tech reviewers. So I'm surprised why Nvidia suddenly took this step instead. Like they could have just refined 4.5 and made it into perfection. Like it 4.5 was very close to perfection. There were like a few very few minor artifacts and Nvidia could have just improved on that. I don't know why they decided to change up the game completely, but I do have a few guesses. I might make a video on that and upload it sometime next week. There is a pattern of segregation that I am seeing between like these very top tier gamers and then the rest of the world, I guess. Apart from DLSS 5, there wasn't really much being said that would be useful in the game world. There was a bit where Jinsen Huang talked with Olaf. Make out of it what you will. Epic Games. Epic Games recently laid off 1,000 employees, or I think a bit more than 1,000 employees. And there was a blog post by Tim Sweeney saying, today we are laying off over 1,000 Epic employees. I'm sorry we are here again. The downturn in Fortnite engagement that started in 2025 means we are spending significantly more than we are making, and we have to make major cuts to keep the company funded. This layoff, together with over 500 million of identified cost savings in contracting, marketing, and closing some open roles, puts us in a more stable place. Fans were quick to criticize Epic because apparently I am not a Fortnite player at all. I installed it once a long time ago, played like a couple games, died, and then uninstalled it. Apparently, Fortnite is trying to become more of a Roblox because, you know, Roblox is in a lot of hot water these days. The criticism from fans was essentially that Epic is paying map makers millions of dollars, but they can't afford to keep their own employees. Me personally, in hindsight, this was going to happen. This was obvious. You know, starting with the finals and then Arc Raiders and Marvel Rivals. And didn't Shroud come up with a game? I think that got shut down. I don't remember what its name was. And recently with Marathon, if you are a player that is into shooters, you have a lot of choice today. Meanwhile, Fortnite was busy pumping out skins and I don't know what. I guess collaborating with artists to make digital concerts happen. I don't know what new thing Fortnite did gameplay wise to keep the players engaged. But I hope that this is going to be a learning for Epic and they do update the game and they are in a better position next year so that they can hire people back. Unreal Engine is a great engine. Uh, I know that there are a lot of people that don't like Unreal, but I do think it does have a place in the games industry and in the world at large. And I don't want to see Epic just crumble away. And also, they do give away free games every week. As for the people who got fired, Epic did give them good severance packages. I think everybody got at least 4 months of pay and more based on how long they're working. And for example, in US, they did receive 6 months of medical coverage. I don't know which countries got more layoffs. I don't think there's data on it. If there is, do please let me know. But yeah, sad news. Hopefully the employees do well. Hopefully they get placed somewhere. But I'll end today with a little bit of good news. So, a developer called Cakes recently released his game on Steam called Tangy TD. It's a tower defense game, and apparently he was not expecting it to do very well, I guess. So, after a week, he and his wife were live streaming, and when he checked the revenue that the game had earned, it turned out to be like $250,000, and he broke down on stream, and it was a very warm moment for the indie game fans. And the clip of him just breaking down exploded on Twitter. And then I think just yesterday Moist Critical played his game. So I mean, congrats to you, man. All the best to you in your future endeavors. uh, yeah, that is it for this week. I'll see you all next week, and bye bye.